Hey guys, I love designing and decorating rooms, so today I'm going to be trying out an interior decorating challenge where I'll only be adding purple items to a room setup. And I will be styling the room with miniature items as it's easier to organize and decorate the room itself. So this room setup does feature a loft bed, which is really great because there's a desk on one side and there are a few different shelving units to display some accessories over towards the other side. So far on the desk we have a small little dream sign, a clock, a lava lamp in the middle, and I love how that's purple. There's a tissue box as well and some nail polish too. And over by the front of the desk, I'll just be placing down these stack of cards, and then right next to that we have a drawing book, and I love how the front cover is purple. It's definitely perfect for the room setup. And there is some extra space right at the front of the desk, so I am going to be adding in a watch, and it does have a glitter finish to it. So over by the other side of the loft bed, there are some shelving units, and this is definitely a really great place to display accessories and smaller items. So all I'm doing right now is sorting out a few containers. So this container has a few different books. The first one is called Candlelight to Rebecca, and the second one is Themed to Traveling. And as for the second container here, they will have different folders inside of them. So this one here is purple, and there's a star design on the front. When you open it up, there's no papers inside of it, it's just completely plain. And as for these two folders over here, they're identical, they're styled exactly the same, they're a gorgeous light purple color, and there's a polka dot design as well. So all I need to do is add the last folder into the container so we can continue to style the rest of the room setup. So here we have the top shelf. The first item I'll be placing down is a phone, and as for the second item, it's the container we just organized with the different books. And the next item I'll be placing down will actually be on the second shelf, and it is a container with different folders, and then the item next to it will actually be a lantern. There's a handle on the top, and it's definitely perfect for the room setup too. And as for the bottom shelf, it will have a floral theme to it. So first off, we do have some flowers, and right next to it, I'll just be placing down some gardening gloves. As you can see right on the end of the gloves, they are purple, so I thought I'd include them in the room. And as for the storage compartment right at the bottom, I'll just be placing an allergy bag, and I'll close it like so. This room wouldn't be complete without a rug, so I'll go ahead and place that down in between the desk and the different shelving units, and then we also have this cushion too. And this seat here looks so comfy, and it's just sitting towards the side of the loft bed, so all I've done is place down a pillow on one side, and over towards the other side we have some headphones, and they're silver and purple. And this section over here will be perfect to display the space theme purse. This storage tower is sitting over towards the other side of the loft bed from the chair we were styling earlier, and it will have different purses, bags, and shoes displayed. So the first bag I just placed down was themed to a rabbit, and then here we have these flats. They're perfect for a fancy occasion, and there's bows on the front of the shoes. The next bag we'll be displaying in the storage tower is this purple backpack, and it's clear so you're able to see what's inside, but the clear section is shaped as a heart. And then we have these sneakers over here. They're a very bright purple color, and there's a glitter finish to them too. This bag here would be perfect as a gym bag or a dance bag, and then we have these classic purple flats with some bows. And the next two pairs of shoes I'll be placing down in the storage tower are both boots. So the first pair we have here do have a glitter finish to them, and they're more of a lighter purple. And as for these shoes here, the laces are really bright, but there is a really lovely floral design on the side. And as for the bottom shelf, I'll be adding in some storage containers. So this one here is quite small, so it should be able to fit in this section, and I'm just adding different jewelry items. All of these jewelry items are bracelets, so some of them have beads and charms on them, and others are elastic. And since there is some room in the container, I am going to be adding in some purple hair clips as well. And there are two different styles of clips, so these ones here are more for styling hair, while this one is more of an accessory clip. And as for the second storage container, I'll only be adding one accessory item, and it is this lovely flower crown. I love how the flowers look so realistic, and it's attached to an elastic item, and it will take most of the space up in the container. So now that we've organized the containers, all we need to do is add them into the storage tower where the shoes and bags are. As for the bedding, it's a lovely purple color, there's a floral design, and it features koalas as well, and the pillow matches the bedding too. And over towards the other side of the bed, I'm just going to be placing down a pair of PJs and a book as well. The PJs are purple, and as for the book itself, it's called Season of Ponies. And overall, it was definitely really great to style and design the purple themed room. I love how it featured a loft bed because there were different compartments to display different accessories, and it also had a desk attached to the bed as well. The storage tower was also really great to display the different bags and shoes, and then over towards the other side we had the chair as well. Now let's go ahead and set up a room with too many school supplies. So for this first counter, I've added in some paintings at the back and some school supplies at the front. And over by the shelving unit over here, there's a total of 3 different shelves. For the top shelf, I'll be adding in some plants. There's a total of 3 and they're all styled very different, but they all seem to fit on the top shelf. And for the main counter, a part of the room setup, there are quite a few different side compartments to display different items. So I'm going to be adding in a few different art accessories here. So we have some accessories, a bucket, and then we also have a vase as well, and that's a lovely green and pink color. This accessory item is quite large. It is a radio. It does take up most of the space on the shelf, but there is some room to add in a few textbooks. We have a few different options here, and they're all themed to different school subjects. So the first 3 textbooks we have here are physics, history, and geography, and the last 2 are art and math. And as for the bottom shelf here, it's mainly themed to science, but I will be adding in a few extra accessories as well. So the 2 items towards the side there are textbooks, and then we have another science accessory, and then there's also a microscope. And as for the next few accessories, they're not themed to science, but they're themed to school supplies. So we have this red container here that has different types of rulers. And as for this container, I'll just be placing it on top of the other one, and that has different markers and index cards. I'll only be placing 1 item on the shelving unit as the container is quite large and it is an art box. A room setup featuring too many school supplies wouldn't be complete without some school lockers. So here we have the first one. I'm just going to go ahead and set up and design the top shelf. So I've just placed down a few folders, and then we also have a laptop here as well, a spiral notebook, and it has such a lovely design on the front, and then there's also a calculator too. And as for the main compartment of the locker, I'll just be adding in a few accessories and items. So first off, we have a notepad, and then I'll just be adding in a pencil holder with some stationery supplies, and finally a backpack. It's a gorgeous pastel color. So let's go ahead and organize and style these baskets. They're definitely perfect for miniature school supplies. So the first basket has some folders, an assignment notebook, and some post-it notes as well. And as for the second basket, we'll definitely be having more stationery supply items. So there are some crayons in a container, there's also a calculator, and we also have a sharpener too. And then we also have some highlighters and a green pen that can sit right on top of the basket. And we can just go ahead and add those 2 baskets to the middle shelf of the display case. So let's go ahead and style the bottom shelf, and it will contain different styles and types of backpacks. So the first one is so pretty. It's a lovely silver color and definitely has a glitter finish to it. The second backpack is clear so you're able to see what's inside, but there's also some gold on the front pocket. And the last backpack is blue, purple, and pink. And over by the middle of the room, there will be a school desk featured there. There's quite a few different compartments so we can store away different accessories. So on the top shelf, there are some notebooks, and as for the bottom shelf, I'll just be placing down a pencil case. And as for the desk itself, we have some pastel color pencils, and then there's also a post-it note as well, except it's themed to a star, which I think will be the perfect addition to the setup. And as for this side of the desk, we have a spiral notebook. It's such a pretty gold color. And then we also have a ruler, which has a glitter purple finish. There's also a sharpener. And the final item we have here are some index cards, and there's a total of 4. And right next to the desk, I'll just be placing down some recycling bins, and there's a total of 2. And I just placed this locker over towards the other side of the room compared to the first locker we styled. So we have a pencil holder here, a spiral notebook. This notebook has my favorite featured in the room. We also have another assignment notebook and some crayons too. And what's really interesting about these crayons is that they're all themed to the color pink. So let's go ahead and style the main part of the locker. So we have another spiral notebook here, but it has a pink glitter finish, a classic textbook. It's very similar to the ones that I use for the main part of the room setup. And then there's also a pencil box with different stationery supplies inside. And the final item I'll be adding into this locker is a backpack, and it has so many designs on the front and the back too. And here we have an overview of the room setup. I'm so happy with how it turned out. There are definitely so many different school supplies and items featured in the room. We have quite a few different shelving units, some lockers as well, and then a school desk towards the front. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it.